Hey guys, blankdash here, and today we are going to be attempting Kioptrix 2 from Vulnhub. The box has port 80 open HTTP that leads to a login page which is vulnerable to SQL injection. Logging in, we find a ping utility is vulnerable to command injection that gives us a reverse shell. Enumerating the box, we find ring 0 exploit that allows us to escalate privilege locally. That being said, let's go ahead and initiate an nmap scan. nmap-sc-sv-oa, and let's do Kioptrix 2. Let's ask for reasons. Open. Let's do a verbose scan and go ahead and input the IP address. We can already see port 80 open HTTP 443 HTTPS 3306. This is MySQL. Probably there's a database running. Port 22 SSH 631 is IPP, I guess. Not sure though. So let's go ahead and take a look into the HTTP. 10.02.23, and we have a login page. So if I'm going to do admin login, does that work? Nope. So we can send this to burp and we can see if there is anything else possible. Let's do admin. Let's turn on the intercept. Intercept is on. Login. Don't save. Yeah. So we got the request in burp. Let's go ahead, put it into repeater and turn off the intercept. Let's see if we send this request, what happens. Basically lands on the same page. We can see remote system administrator login and nothing else. So let's do a tick mark and let's see if something else happens. Nope, we don't really see an error message or anything like that. Let's do tick mark double dash and nothing, pretty much the same thing. Double dash space dash. We're just trying to comment the password out, and that works. You can see the password field has been commented and we see welcome to basic administrative web console. Says ping a machine on the network. Let's go ahead, breakfast is in browser, and let's see what we have there. Copy that, go to the browser, put it there, and it's asking us to ping a machine on the network. So we can input something like an IP address and it's going to ping that network, I guess. Let's go ahead to burp and we can turn on the intercept and then send this request there. Run. We should have that in burp. We have that. We can see it's getting the IP address here, which is what we entered, the local host, and then submitting it there. Let's forward this to repeater as well. Turn this thing off, go to the repeater. What do we have? We have 127001, hit send, and we receive this result. So you can see the result of the ping, which looks very similar to how we would ping a machine in our localhost, right? So essentially it's getting this IP address and trying to run a ping command on that IP address. What I mean is that we also do have the scan results complete. So let that be. So what I'm trying to say is if I do ping-c3 to ping 3 times, c is to count, and if I'm gonna ping 127001, you can see it's pinging 3 times and then stops. Now if you compare the results that we have here, the ping result that we have here, to the result that we have in burp, you can see how similar it is. It's pretty much the same thing. What I'm guessing is it's just getting the IP address, as an injection, so it's just replacing this IP address with whatever IP address there, and it's going to work. Now the point here is that I can not only ping, let's say if you're a lazy person like me, you can run multiple commands, right? So let's say ping, and let's say I wanted to clear the screen after I ping, right? So if I do clear with a semicolon, what happens? It's going to ping and then clear the screen. Let's do that again. Here, let me do sleep for 5 seconds and then clear the screen, right? So what's going to happen? It's going to ping for like 3 seconds. Ping for 3 times, wait for 5 seconds and then clear the screen, which you saw happened. The point is something like this possible? Can we run multiple commands here? So let's go to burp, and after this IP address, let's try to put something else. Something like who am I? Let's see if that works. Send. We can see that works. It says we are Apache, right? Let's do ls-la, or maybe like we can even try reading the password files if you have permission. Cat fc password send. That works. Yeah, it works. So you can see that it's able to read the password files. But however, we don't know if we would have access to the shadow files. Do we? I don't think we do. It should say permission denied, I guess, in works. Yeah, that doesn't work. So what we'll do is we'll try to get a reverse shell out of this, right? Let's go ahead and look for the reverse shell cheat sheet. From Pentest Monkey. Let's get that. So let's get this, and we will try to use this to kind of get a reverse shell, right? All we have to do is replace the IP address and then the port number. You can see what it's trying to do. It's just sending the interactive bash, redirecting the interactive bash to dev TCP. It's opening a TCP socket connection, sending it to this IP address. So let's copy that. We'll modify the IP address to our IP address, and then we'll see what to do. Let's go ahead and paste that there. Change the IP addresses to 10.02.15 is my IP address, I guess. Let's do it on port 4545. Before clicking submit or sending this request, basically, let's go ahead and set up a listener. Now let's go ahead and hit send. What happens? Okay, the problem is we kind of have to encode this, right? So let's do. Did something else happen? Do we get the connection? No, we don't. The problem is we kind of have to encode this, I guess. Let's go ahead and right click. You can do Control U, pretty much the same thing, or Control U. It's going to encode that. Hit send. Does this work? Let's go ahead. Yeah, so that works. You can see bash, we gain a shell. We'll make it a little bit bigger. Let's see what we can find. pwd, we are in where www.html, the web root directory. We will move somewhere else. Let's do temp. Yeah, there's nothing there in temp in the first place. So let's go ahead and see a little bit of details, basically trying to enumerate the machine locally. We can see this is Linux Kioptrix 2, and the kernel version is 2.6.9. For now, I know the kernel version is 5.8, I guess. Yeah, 5.8, which is the most recent version of kernel. So this is a terribly outdated kernel. There could probably be a lot of exploits for this. Dirty cow may work, or whatever exploit. We can try and escalate privilege locally. We also let's take a look into system information. LSP release -a. We can see this is CentOS 4.5. So we know that this is also old, right? I think CentOS 6 is from 2014 or 15, which is CentOS 6. In that case, this should probably be somewhere around 2011 or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah. So let's go ahead and see if we have an exploit for this, right? So exploit CentOS 4.5. So we have few of them. We can see a few results. So let's do clear, run that again. So what do we see? So we see few. This works on Linux kernel 2.6, 2.4 and stuff like that. This works on CentOS 7, but we are looking for 4.5, right? If there is anything that is going to be an exact match, that could be nice. Let's take a look into this particular exploit, which is 9542.c. So exploit -x to examine what happened. Yeah, spelling mistake. You can see that this works on CentOS 4.4 and CentOS 4.5, which is what we need. We need something that works on CentOS 4.5 and also that works on Linux kernel 2.6, right? We can see the kernel version which matches, the operating system version which matches, and so on. So this directly gives root if you compile the C program and exploit this in the victim's device. Let's go ahead and mirror this exploit. -m. Let's do ls. We have 9542.c. Let's go ahead and initiate a Python. Let's go here. HTTP. Happens. Too many typos. .c and we get that. So let's go ahead, terminate the Python server. I don't think we can clear there, and we have 9542.c here. Let's go ahead and compile it. I hope we have GCC installed. With GCC we have user bin GCC 9542.c. let's call it please sub, and let's see if it works. So we have the exploit compiled, and let's go ahead and run the exploit. You can see we have an asterisk which basically says we are root, right? We can even spawn a bin bash. Yeah, we have bash nav and full control of the device. So that's it for the day. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys later.